I got to start learning about Chinese history. Nobody told me rocket launcher existed back then. When the series not only delivered the awakening of an archer, but also the narrative of a so-called fighter going all out with a bang, it means Kingdom's greatness is unleashed. Ten's life is on the line in this devastating situation. The splatter of blood indicated death. Kefu was close, but then he took an arrow to his head. The chapter opens strong with the intensity on life and death scenario. I had a good feeling Ten wasn't the one to die, though the damage had still startled me. Instead, Keifu is the man who takes the fall, and what a way to kick off the high-tension stake. It wasn't just a headshot, it's right on the eye. A bullseye, if I may add. I like the atmosphere with its shock effect, where everyone stopped and flabbergasted at the sight. It gives time for fans to feel the effect, and it's great. All thanks to Jin with his fantastic accuracy, though not for long. I will admit, I was a bit disappointed that it was Jin and not Tan. I have none against him, but I want Tan to rise up and awaken his utmost skills as an archer. Jumping ahead a bit, it would definitely make up, and then some. What follows up also makes up with his incredibly tense moment involving with the newcomers and Ten. Needless to say, I'm more than pleased with this direction. Jin is already weakened enough to be nowhere near close to his amazing prime status. Even saying that doesn't sound much of a problem. It was outstanding to see him aim perfectly a long time ago. But it's even more outstanding that he's able to run and shoot with really good accuracy. Had he not been weakened, he would have been a true monster. Jin is going all out to save Ten, shooting and gaining close to the enemy's ground, like he's prepared to dive in a suicide mission. Kinmu is very persistent to kill Ten, so the tension escalates immensely. At one point, Jin aims for the archer's head, but the shot lands on the neck. That's still a kill shot if hit at the vital point. At first, it warned me about his weakened stamina. However, it wasn't the only issue as his bow is breaking apart just when Jin is determined to take out 5 enemies with 5 arrows. It finally breaks. I like this approach to keep Jin looking strong in hindsight. It's better to have the arsenal breaking off than a man breaking down. It keeps his credibility strong. If he survives, we the fans will know he's not a force to be reckoned with. It gets better in terms of pushing Jin's credibility. When Ten's chance of survival was lost, Jin still runs after her. Not only that, but he stops a charging horse with his own body. That's insane, yet incredible. I'm no man who ever took on a charging horse, but I know damn well that it will hurt really badly, potentially kill. One of my biggest fear is Jin's chance to die. Miniseries often kills off a brother, mainly the older one. So Hara is pulling my chain when he was building up that death flag. It's at this point where Hara could pull the trigger, and I was taking all in. It could be a way to push Tan to unleash the beast inside. But little did I know, death isn't necessary. The scene with the guard closing in to kill Jin startled me for reasons I already addressed early. Then, what appears to be a beam goes across the guard, instantly decapitate him without a jaw. Like the reaction from everyone, I too couldn't comprehend on what I just saw. It wasn't Goku from Dragon Ball to save the day. It's none other than Tan, now filled with rage for harming his dear older brother. Now, my hype is complete, but wow, I didn't see this coming at all. It's not that he really shot a beam, rather an illustration to say his shot is powerful as one. It's devastating to say the least, and it stands out differently from Jin. The impact of those shots can be described as dealing with 50 caliber sniper rifle. Basically, is capable to penetrate through wall or armor with ease and can wipe out a limb like an eraser. That's Tan's specialty, and he downright goes all out. Kinmo, desperate he still is, goes for 10. but Tan shoots down one by one. He kills them swiftly like the body is made out of softened clay. For instance, one lost 1/6 of their head very cleanly. It's pretty insane. Kimbo still persists, but at last, he's taken down. But not without his final words. He's the only one to get taken down normally. Well, normal in compared to other fatalities. At least he had a page worth of takedown to show his significant value. Hara has some respect for his character as well as giving him the floor room to make a speech to let out his feelings on being weak and unable to avenge his men. As stated earlier, the presentation determines the value of a character, and Kimbo, standing up with a hole in the chest, shows strong willpower as well as the respect he earned despite being the enemy. In short, I wasn't wrong about Hara's approach with the character, and it's a nice change. Technically, Kimbo is the underdog here, but he had no chance at winning once Tan got going. You can't see it as role reverse. The only thing he can do now is speak out his frustration at Ten for destroying his and fallen men's reason to fight. It pains him so badly, mentally and literally, that his eyes start to bleed. It's a sign of true anger. Honestly, I felt really bad for him. Fortunately, Hara has his way to handle the farewell in a respectable manner, albeit brutal, but the context is what counts. It's been a while since Ten has spoken up against her enemy, so this is a nice return of style. She's like a shonen character in terms of speech delivery. However, the choice of words and context would be encouraging, since it presents fighting is the only option. I do like the reasonable and logical approach to the morality of war. There's no real good versus evil here. It's all about the reason to fight. Granted, the reason could simply be for killing, but that's besides the point. When two collide, they will have to fight. And sadly, in one, there will be blood, and lives will be taken. There's no other option. It's grounded and down to earth. But it isn't all bad. She let him know that his hopes, dreams, and everything that drives him to fight will carry on Hishiyuna's shoulders. In other words, his life won't go in vain. It's actually a nice way to say he won't go out like a normal fighter, and in my opinion, confirm his character design to be as such. I like to think those blood tears has become symbolic to tears of fate restored, hence the panel zoom in shots to his eyes. Her words hits him right in the emotional point. No longer believe he was defeated by mere children, rather true warriors. The best part is his send-off, arguably the best way to end his character. Context matters a lot in this chapter, let alone in general. Although he was moved by her words, he continued to act like a typical enemy, as in very stubborn, asking for an easy death. The major key difference is his awareness. He knew Tan had set his target on him, yet he follows through the act to kill Ten. Thus, Tan takes a shot and kills him for good. This was a well-earned send-off. He didn't die as a coward or betray his pride. He followed through to the very end. Died as an honor warrior. This was a great chapter with great showmanship from both parties. Jin was great without repeating his already impressive feat back in chapter 507. The sequence was intense, and it got better once Tan unleashed the beast inside. He exceeded my expectation with those 50 calibers arrows or rocket launcher. Kimbo's send-off was treated with great respect, and this was the guy who wasn't in the same league as Gyo-on or Kesha. Is definitely a lot better than Gakue, but that's only because he was designed to be a complete fodder, and deservedly so. It goes to show you that everyone has a reason to fight, and their loss will carry forward. What more can you ask from your opposing side? And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. I believe Kingdom live action movie is already out. I just have to find a way to watch it, and when I do, I'll post a review in this channel. So what do you think of this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.